Along with the question over which TV show or movie to watch, increasingly there's another pressing question. Closed captions off or on? David Pogue spells it out.
There are a lot of TVs in the Pennsylvania household of Jason and Marilyn McMunn.
We have about 10.
We have a lot of TVs.
And out of the 10, how often are you watching with subtitles turned on?
Pretty much if the TV's on, the subtitles are on.
They're not unusual. Over half of Americans keep subtitles turned on some or all of the time, especially younger people. Technically, the term subtitles means translations into your language. But these days, people use the word subtitles to refer to closed captions, which were invented to help the hard of hearing.
And you, sir, should have surrendered when the empire collapsed.
But the McMunns' hearing is just fine. They keep subtitles on for all kinds of other reasons.
The parrot will be screaming, the kids will be doing stuff. It's a little bit of a circus.
I found that I was missing things, so with the subtitles, it just made that all a lot easier.
Also, because we're seeing more actors with accents.
That broomstick trick only works in old films.
I'd like to watch some of the British mystery things, and sometimes they're hard to understand.
And because thin TVs have thin speakers, usually firing out the back. As a kid, at bedtime, Rihanna even had a secret reason for turning on subtitles.
I'd turn the sound all the way down and I would turn on the subtitles. That way I could still watch my little YouTube videos without getting caught.
But according to the experts, the biggest reason of all for the rise of subtitles is this.
Dialogue is getting harder to hear.
Oscar winner Tom Fleischman has mixed the sound for some very famous movies. It's his job to balance the levels of the various audio tracks.
Paulie hated phones. You wouldn't have one in his house.
You got rain, you got pop music, you got dialogue.
Yeah, it was a real dance doing this mix.
But advancing technology has made his job harder. Decades ago, there was one microphone overhead.
Actors were trained on stage, and they had to let the audience hear them. With the advent of lapel mics, acting styles have changed. There's a lot of whispering. And, you know, when they talk like this.
Kids are the only thing that matter, Maggie. You're the only reason for this old man-woman drama.
Wait, what did he say?
Kids are the only thing that matter, Maggie. You're the only reason for this old man-woman drama.
The invention of digital sound recording didn't help either.
Suddenly, we were able to run 200 tracks at once. A lot of layering, a lot of sound effects, a lot of music. It makes it harder to get the dialogue to read through it.
Finally, in this era of too much TV, often there's too little time and money.
You have to cut corners. You just can't spend enough time making sure every syllable is there in a word.
But does it ever happen that you send the final mix off knowing in the back of your head, well, that one line no one's going to get?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Happens a lot.
Well, on behalf of the world, thank you for doing whatever you can do to make this stuff intelligible.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Here we go.
And then there's the Christopher Nolan problem.
And action.
The dialogue in the movies he directs is famously unintelligible. Whether it's Oppenheimer,
This calling to tell you the implosion test failed.
Hello, Hans? Yes, he's here.
Dunkirk,
She's turning, you must have damaged them.
Where's the Oscar?
or The Dark Knight.
None of this evil rising from where we try to bury it.
Nolan has said he sometimes likes to use dialogue as a sound effect, so we get this.
We're working our way back to the 14th, but without knowing where the dead drop is, there's only so much I can do.
Streaming services like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime began adding captions to all their shows in the 2010s under pressure from the National Association of the Deaf. The subtitling profession got a huge boost.
I like to watch an episode or a movie through at least once. As the playback is continuing, I'm typing the captions in, I'm typing the subtitles in, I'm adjusting timing.
Jeff Tashige, through a subtitling contractor, writes the captions for Netflix shows like Stranger Things. His exuberant descriptions of sound effects have earned a cult following. Oh, tentacles undulating moistly, there it is, boom! This became a viral...
Yeah, it definitely elicited some reactions.
All right, so I'm going to try something.
Sure.
I would like you to close your eyes.
Okay.
And I'm going to make some weird noises. So,
okay.
And I want you to tell me what you would say.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so here's the first noise.
Okay. Erratic clattering.
That's good. Okay, here's your second cue.
Okay. Furtive whickering.
Furtive whickering! Woo, man! You are a poet. So now you know why the world's gone subtitle crazy. Because you're in a noisy place. Because you can't understand the actors.
You wanted me to pass it out of it.
Because your speakers are terrible. Because there wasn't time or budget for proper sound mixing. Because the subtitles can add to the storytelling. Because the director was Christopher Nolan. And sometimes because you're hard of hearing. Is there a downside to having the subtitles on?
Yeah, I just don't like the interference with the picture.
If the subtitles are on, I find myself reading instead of watching and listening.
But otherwise, for the McMunn family, there's no going back. So let's say you win the audiovisual lottery and they buy you fancy surround sound systems for every TV in the house and the audio quality is no longer an issue. Do you think you would still turn the subtitles on?
Yes, I would.
I would.
I don't think I could stop now.